Hi, George here. Let's take a look at how to use the new Moving Elements tool here in Photoshop Elements 2023. Now, I find this tool up here under the Enhance menu, and it's right here, Moving Elements. And we can use this to give an effect of the water having some motion to it. But there are a couple of problems. First off, I don't want to have the water moving motion on this guy here in the boat, so I need to fix that. And also, if it looks like we have motion down here, but the birds aren't moving, that will ruin the effect. So we'll start by fixing those things. I'm going to right click where it says background over here and let's duplicate that layer. Choose OK. That's just a safety, just in case things get messed up. I can always go back to my background layer. And we'll start off by removing those two birds. So we'll zoom in on those. And for this, I just think some real fast clone stamping is all we need. Go over here to the clone stamp tool. Let's make sure we're set at the clone stamp. And it's a soft edge brush, which is perfect. And I'll scratch some of the clouds here and put them on top of that bird. So you use the Alt key to choose your clone from spot and click and pull it over here. If you see a line like that, just kind of match that up and I'll just clone that in. And there we go. That bird is taken care of. Move the image over like that. Just kind of shove it to the side. We'll find that other bird, which was over here somewhere. There it is. Same trick. Come over here, hold the Alt key down and click for my clone from spot. And then this just clones from that sky right over here. And it may take a little bit of going back and forth to get this to look real nice. Now it's kind of a little odd in here, so I'm going to make the brush a lot larger. Just increase your brush size right down here. Or if you use the right square bracket, that can increase the size. And then I'll click over here once, and then just come in here and find a good spot and click a couple of times, and that fixes that. And while I'm here, I'm just going to take care of those little spots that are in there. Let's now zoom back out to fit screen. And the birds are gone. Much better. Let's now take this fisherman and we'll put him onto a new layer on top of this layer. Now, all I need to do is come in here fairly close on this. It doesn't need to be perfect. So I'll go over here and let's just grab the lasso tool. I have feathering set at 0. Let's set this at 1, make it just a little bit smoother. There we go. And I'll come in just outside. Again, this doesn't need to be perfect. This is going to work out fine. And let's just take this bit out right here. And being fairly close. There we go. If you need to do any cleanup on this afterwards, we can do that. But this will allow us to test out the effect. And right around this side. And then copy this to a new layer. Go up to Layer, come down to New, and via Copy. There you go. He's now up here. Let's hide that layer. This is the fisherman layer. I'll just name him. And then back to the background layer. And let's get rid of this person here with the clone stamp tool. Same trick. I'll bring my size down left square bracket to lower the size. Same trick, Alt and click. And let's just paint over that fisherman. And we'll come from this side over here. Now I like to go side to side when I'm doing this. In other words, don't clone top to bottom, but clone side to side. And the reason for that is you tend to have color changes and detail changes going from front to back, but it stays pretty consistent side to side, as you can see in here. Let's now bring him back in again, and that looks fine. Okay, back to fit screen. So this is all nicely cleaned up. And let's now do our element motion in here. Back to our Move tool, and then Enhance. Come down to Moving Elements. Let this load in. There we go. Now I'll be using the manual brush over here, and it's brush, and the size I can go larger than that. That's pretty good. I just want to brush in where the water is. And go right across the horizon line here. Just off, just down, just a touch from that. And then fill this in for the rest of the way. Just quickly brush along just like that. There we are. And just fill it across the bottom. That's now done. Now come down to the arrow tool here. And I'm thinking of making the water move kind of away from the sun. So I'll start right here and just put a motion like that. Now you can put in more than one line if you want to. So I'll put in one here and pull this down this way. That way, it kind of spreads it out that way as it goes. And this may make for a bit more natural look. If you want to, you can change the speed. Just click on one of your arrows. You can adjust the speed. I'll make this a little bit slower right here. And let's make this side here just a little bit faster. And that'll put in some variation for us. Okay, let's now click on the play button and see how this looks. And I think that works out okay. Has kind of a watery feel, so maybe a bit much at the back up there. you can see, to get a really good effect, it does take some experimentation in here. Notice how it resets back to the old brush size as well. So let's go back up to the back up here, and I'm just going to do just one of those arrows and see if that is better. There we are. And I won't move the arrow as far this time. We'll just do a short arrow, and I'll bring it down closer towards the horizon. Okay, arrow. Let's come down here someplace, again, just away from the sun, but just a little bit of movement like that, and we'll see how this looks. Okay, that's about the best we've gotten so far. I think we can live with that. Click on Export. This will export this out as an MP4 video file. And I'll call it Moving Elements and choose Save, and then Done. Now, we don't have the fisherman on there because if I had him, he would also be moving, which would look really strange. We fixed the birds, of course, and then if we wanted to have him on here as well, I would need to add him in using a video editing program like Premiere Elements, and then put in the MP3.4 file that has the motion on the water as one layer, stick him in, just do this, save him out as its own file, PNG file, be perfect, and then over in Photoshop Elements, I can then put him on top of this video file, and that would then give me the motion beneath and then the fisherman on top. So I'd have to actually use both of the programs for the final effect. But there you go. And if you like this video, hit that like button, click on subscribe, and check out my channel for more Photoshop Elements videos.